So it is 3 o'clock and we are starting our teaching with His Eminence Namkha Drimed Rabjam Rinpoche. We would like to extend you a very warm welcome from the Ripa International Center. You are here in the Zoom platform at the Ripa International Center. And as you all know from all over the world, this teaching is, His Eminence was kind enough to accept to give this advice to his students from all over the world at the request of all the Ripa organizations, the Ripa Ladrang Foundation, Ripa Ukraine, Ripa Russia, Ripa Vietnam, Ripa Singapore, and of course the Ripa International Center. For those who don't know me, my name is Begoña. I am the director of the Ripa International Center here in Switzerland. So again, very warm welcome to all of you from all over the world. I don't want to name the countries because certainly I will forget one, but this is a truly international gathering. First of all, I would like to ask for your kind patience and compassion should there be a problem with the connection. As you all know, we are connecting from Nepal, from the Ladrang, the residence of His Eminence in Kathmandu. So it might be that there could be some technical problems with the internet connection. If that happened, we would ask His Eminence to record a video that we could share with you later. But we're convinced that the Dralas will be with us and everything will go well. Before starting, I would also like to explain a little bit, well, first of all, tell you that we have translation into 7 languages from Tibetan. So His Eminence is going to be teaching in Tibetan, and he will be translated in consecutive interpretation by Semo Palmo, one of his daughters. So she's next to him in Kathmandu, and she will be translating into English in consecutive interpretation. Then she will be translated in simultaneous interpretation via Zoom by our wonderful translations. Today we have 6 of them, and I would like to mention. So we have Geneviève translated into French. We have Maria translating into Spanish, Ralph translating into German, Tatiana translating into Russian, Ted translating into Chinese, and Dechen Lamo translating into Vietnamese. As I was saying before, this is a truly international gathering, and it gives us so much joy to bring all of us together. We would like to also give some technical explanations about how to go, just to make sure that you are able to access the interpretation. And I'm going to share with you some slides just to show you how to go about translation, although I'm sure that you will have already figured it out by now. So it is important during the meeting that your microphone is mute during the whole meeting, and it would be nice to see your face. So it would be nice to have your camera on, your video on, so that also His Eminence can see the extent of this connection and the number of people that we are getting together. For interpretation, as I was mentioning, we have all these different interpretations. So if you don't understand Tibetan or English, then you will need to have the teaching through the translation. So you need to click on the interpretation tab, which is on the right-hand side on the bottom of your screen. It's as is shown here on the photograph, and then choose your language channel. Please note that for those who need Vietnamese translation, you have to click on the Portuguese, and this is because Zoom does not have the Vietnamese as such. And then in this case, you will hear the original voice, so the English voice, you will hear it at 20%, and the translation you will hear at 80% volume. The way this is going to go, so His Eminence is going to teach for as long as he will deem necessary. There will not be any questions and answers at the end, and we are, as I was saying, this also for your information. So this meeting and this teaching is being live broadcasted in Facebook in the Ripa International Center page in Facebook, so you can access it there, although there is plenty of space here in Zoom for every participant. And so now, without any more further ado, I would like Kun-san, if we can put the video on for His Eminence. So a very warm welcome to His Eminence, and of course a very warm thank you to him on behalf of all the Sangha from all over the world for having accepted to give this teaching and advice to his students. Thank you, His Eminence. Tatiana, what's she doing? So, warm welcome to His Eminence. Thank you so much for being here with us. We have your students from all over the world. And for us, it's a great pleasure to be able to organize such an international meeting for your precious teachings. We are very fortunate, Rinpoche. Thank you so much.
Okay. Singapore.
So today, His Eminence would also like to welcome all the Ripa students from all over the world. So today, His Eminence would like to welcome all of his students from all over the world, from Europe, sorry, we have already started. So today His Eminence would like to also welcome. Something is not right.
So, Semola, we will just leave His Eminence microphone on and yours off, and you can talk with the computer because we can hear you okay.
Okay, without this.
You have to unmute him.
I hope this is better. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. So His Eminence would like to welcome every one of his students from all over the world, from Europe, America, Russia, Kalmykia, Ukraine, Singapore, Kazakhstan, Vietnam, and also there may be some from India and Nepal as well. And he would like to thank you all for inviting him here today to speak a little bit. So today, particularly, His Eminence would like to speak a little bit on the unfortunate circumstance of the virus that's going on all over the world. He's in particular very concerned and very worried about what's happening, particularly with so many people getting sick and dying, and also with all the economy that's affected all over the world. And keeping those in mind, particularly the ones who are having health issues right now due to the virus and those who are dying, keeping those in mind, he has been practicing none other than the one who we all take refuge in, the great infallible Buddha, and particularly Guru Rinpoche, who is unsurpassable with his blessings. He has been particularly praying and doing Guru Dorje Chole practice, Guru Rinpoche practice, Hayagriva practice, and also wrote a few more practices, particularly for this illness. And he, without fail, every day does the puja here at home, keeping those who are sick in mind and those who are dying as well. In addition to that, there is Kesar practice, Tara practice, and also and medicine Buddha. And also dedicating and doing aspiration prayers for those who have died during this difficult and unfortunate situation. So the virus is such that it is not something that you can face like we face people in actuality, but it's something that is not visible. So because of that, it's more difficult to eliminate something like that. And under the request of Europe, Ripa, and American Ripa, and many other Ripa centers, today he decided to take this opportunity to give a little teaching so that it will help his students to have a better state of mind and also to have less fear. In general, we have all kinds of obstacles that arise from, first of all, the outer aspect, which is the different types of elements like water, fire, wind, and all those elements have their own destructions. We are already facing that in today's time. And in today's time, particularly for human beings, we are also going through many obstacles. In this case, health obstacle with so much of uncertain and immediate virus that cannot be seen, so which is more dangerous. So we are also facing that kind of a situation as well. The root of this, of course, we can say is due to karma. And when we say karma, we are talking about the three root cause of karma, which is attachment, hatred, and ignorance. Attachment to those who we have great love, attachment to those we like, attachment to the things we love and like. And then there is the hatred of the opposite of attachment, which we are in so much negative emotion of something that we don't like or we don't love. And then there is the ignorance, third one, which is generated through not knowing what is good for you and what is not good for you. So karma is put together in these three main roots. And these three main negative emotions or poison, as we call it, does not come from anywhere outside of us. It is within us, it is born in us, and as we are even children, we learn to call ourselves and we learn to say I, myself, and me, and so on. So there is that huge attachment to that I, and this is from where the negative emotions develop. And when we have this strong emotion of attachment towards the I or myself, then we have what is the opposite of not liking others or wanting to do better than others. Then where there is a huge attachment to I, then there is a opposite of that to others. So we create a dualistic mind of that, and therefore because there is a very strong attachment to I, then I want to get better, I want to have this, I want to do better than so and so. And this is how we develop other I and others and the differentiation of that.
Nuan Kamjila, and also to teach him from the ones. It don't do that, Nuan Tamjila, they look at Mamma within Jumbo, Yoris, and Jumbo, that Nikila, then puzzle to number one. Then that and the Muslim men and niggas out on. You're married, Yina, Samuel, and Yoris. That they would Jim, they don't try or then you can understand Yoris. But then there's someone look. That's also the commission band, it's a little some time. It's done a modern thing, that can be there, necessary to that. They can legend of there, Jim Mason take it, just take it, they told that you want a position down to take it, you take it, they can gain out today, or to take it, you want to gain out today, Jumbo to take it.
And because of this strong attachment to the I, we have forgotten about others, and we have come to a point where we have used all kind of resources, and we have gone beyond using resources of the elements. And when we say elements, these elements, even though the owners or the guardians of these elements cannot be seen, they are non-humans. However, they are there, and they have a mind also. They have their own way of conducting also. So we have harmed them to beyond what they can tolerate. And therefore, even though what's happening today is due to our karmic conditions, however, karmic cause, the circumstances is due to the circumstances that has come out of what we have caused is this virus and the elements getting back at humans. And it is due to this reason, that reason of not knowing what is good karma and what is bad karma, we have gone beyond our limits of hurting and harming the elements. And now, how do we try to make that more positive change is by considering a better understanding of karma, of knowing that not one's own profit is the profit, because then if it's your profit, then that means somebody else is losing. So to not have that kind of a mind, but to have more of a compassionate mind towards not just oneself, but to all others, including the elements. If we keep that kind of a thought for everybody in our hearts, then the karma will turn around, good karma will turn around, and we will have positive circumstances. So in this whole world, there is not a single human being who does not want to be healthy, happy, be it a very rich person or be it a very poor person. We all, without exception, have the same kind of longing for good health, happiness, and all good things to happen. And likewise, it's the same for everybody else also. And because everybody's thought and everybody's wish is same for happiness, good health, and all kind of positive circumstances, then we all must keep that in mind and do something that will benefit not just oneself but all others as well. And when that happens, then you are not just reaping the profit, but you are also sharing that profit. And this is how you generate compassion and help and create a better positive mind and a more dualistic openness. And if one is always thinking only of one's own happiness, one's own good health, then the outcome of that is not going to be that, but rather the opposite. Because you are not just thinking only, you are not thinking about others at all, but rather being selfish and thinking only about yourself. So even though the wish for oneself is to be happy and to be healthy, the outcome of that would be the opposite, because you are being selfish and not thinking of others on the same level. And in particular, the current situation that we are all in, this virus, it is creating a lot of mental disturbances. There are those who are genuinely really getting sick of this virus, and there are those who are really dying. And none of these people wanted to get sick with this virus, or they wanted to die. But we have no control over our own life. When it comes, it comes. We cannot say don't come, or and therefore, for example, particularly this last 3 months, due to the lockdown also, even though the virus is not killing people as such, but there are also a lot of suicide cases, unhealthy cases going on. People are having mental disturbances, a lot of fear, and in the past, or however, in general, there are those who commit suicide because they are having some tough things in their life. They have problem with their spouses, or they have problem with their parents, or they didn't do well in school. All kinds of circumstances lead in little bit, how do you call it, the small-minded people to commit very harsh actions. But particularly in today's situation, even though the virus is not killing many people, they are being safe in their home. But due to the lockdown, having a lot of restrictions of going out, meeting people, or doing the things that they daily did, due to that also many people are mentally suffering, and many has committed suicide as well. And this is all because we have really no control over our own karma. So as Buddhist, it's very important to be aware and to remember that of course, unless you have got the virus and then you are dying with it or with it, then we don't have a choice. But to have a lot of fear over the virus, no matter how careful you're being, then this you will have to have a bigger heart, more precious heart, to understand that you don't have the virus, therefore you don't really need to have that kind of a fear when you are being very careful. So there is, if any one of you are going through a mental, heaviness due to the lockdown and due to the fear of this virus, then please pray and remember that you are a Buddhist practitioner, and for these kind of situations and circumstances is where the teachings come in its work. So you have to have faith in that work of the Buddha Dharma. Yes. And if you have friends or you have colleagues, those who you fear that they are disturbed and they may do something negative to themselves or to others, then please advise them. From a Buddhist point of view, we say that if you kill someone out of anger, then you have to take 500 more lives in order to purify that negative karma. And it's the same as when you kill yourself, when you commit suicide, when you end your own life. The karma is the same. You still have to take many rebirths in order to purify that 500 times of rebirth. So it's really same. So therefore, if you see or know of friends or family or people around you who are disturbed by these circumstances and the situation we are going through, then please help them in understanding that there is no, how do you say, it's better to have a precious mind over on this. And as I said earlier, that this situation that we are in, we have created it ourselves with our own karma of not knowing what is good and what is not good for the benefit of ourselves. But as a Buddhist practitioner, especially Vajrayana practitioner, and being students of His Eminence and Jigme Rinpoche and Lumpa Tulku, so you should know a little bit better. There is no one who you can pray to, you will receive more blessings from than Guru Rinpoche. The Buddha Sakyamuni himself said that in the future, someone who is greater and more supreme than me will come on this earth to benefit the Dharma. And likewise, Guru Rinpoche, through Tantrayana and through Vajrayana, Mahayana, all those great immeasurable teachings benefited many sentient beings. And similarly, you all are students of this great practice, and therefore you should consider yourself very fortunate. Think a little differently and then do Guru Rinpoche's mantra, the Vajra Guru mantra, which has immeasurable blessing. Generally, when people are not well or they are going through obstacles, pujas are done at the monasteries, and people request His Eminence for divination, and he will guide them. And these pujas help those who are having obstacles in different things in their life, for example, health. And likewise, in this current situation also, if you do the practice properly, if you pray to Guru Rinpoche, then this blessing will definitely help you, protect you from this virus. And even if unfortunately you still get it, then it will protect you from not getting it severe. So that's why it's very important in this current times to remember the Dharma and to practice. So please pray to Guru Rinpoche. There is no one who is above Guru Rinpoche in blessings. His blessings are infallible. Therefore, pray to him, and you will all be protected. So in the beginning, when this virus first came, Rinpoche did some practices, wrote some practices, particularly for this virus. So that was also distributed to the students, and he heard that many of the students are doing this practice. And if you continue to do it, it will be very beneficial. And until the time arrives when we really have the understanding and awareness that this virus has really disappeared, or it has really become much less, then until then, please continue to do the practices. They are convenient and short, so please continue to do it. It will be very beneficial and good for you. So in the past, everybody has been very, very busy in their daily mundane lives, going to work and doing all kinds of samsaric things. But due to this lockdown, people have a lot of time. Some good things that we have heard is some of the students feel they are using the time well, and because of this, they are practicing and they are feeling it also more. So this is really a very good outcome of this lockdown. You're using it well. So if you use that time well, then it's a precious time as well to use it for the Dharma. Of course, as we all know, generally, outwardly also, when you see everything is changing, everything changes, nothing remains the same. And even if you look inwardly, Also, nothing remains the same, everything changes, and it is said in the Buddha Dharma that nothing remains, everything is impermanent, everything is a constant change, and therefore nothing is permanent in this life. And because nothing is permanent, then this situation will not be permanent also. Therefore, one day you will all go back to work. Some things will get back to normal. And that time, do not get carried away by 100% into doing your samsaric work. Always remember to practice the Dharma, make time to practice the Dharma, because samsaric world and samsaric work has no end. Nothing is permanent there. One thing that is definitely permanent is how much you have practiced the Dharma. And that is one thing that you will be able to carry through with you permanently. And therefore, please, as people who work and who are lay people, you have to work, of course, and it's important that you work, but don't make work just your main goal. Whatever practices that you have done during this lockdown, try and keep some of that in your daily lives when things get normal, which will. And every year try and get better and try and keep more time. And therefore, make this life is precious. Therefore, make sure that you practice the Dharma well. So now we have been Lama and student for quite some time, for many years, some of you much older than that, and I have frequently taught the meaning of the Dharma, the meaning of karma. Therefore, what is important to remember is that we all have a mind, and this mind, when left untamed, can become crazy. It can think unthinkable things. It can think and go without any control of yours. But with a little practice of the Dharma, then what happens and what should happen is that you have some control over your mind. Because when you look at the mind, it is a very, very busy place. However, if you try to really hold or see where that mind is, then you look inwardly and you will realize that it's the essence of it is really empty. So once you have that awareness a little bit, then what you can generate from there is how to use this human precious birth or life well. And what I mean by saying how to use it well is you weigh it with virtue and non-virtue. So virtue means because you are a practitioner now, because you are a Vajrayana practitioner, therefore you should have faith, devotion and trust to the Guru, to the practice, and through that then generate good energy, help beings, be kind to beings. Whatever is virtuous and positive, you should try to be mindful of that. And the opposite of that should also be kept in your awareness, that is doing non-virtuous things, doing all kinds of wrong things, thinking all kinds of wrong thoughts. So therefore, if mind is left without a little bit of a tamer or without looking into it, then mind has no mind is not tangible. So you cannot say this is the mind or that is mind, therefore I will control it. Once it's gone haywire, you cannot control it. So the only way to look at it is look within, and then when you realize that the essence of really that crazy thing going on is empty, then you will be able to generate good virtuous actions of that. And any action that comes from the negativity of attachment, hatred, and ignorance, then that's considered non-virtuous actions. Not being happy over somebody's happiness, not being able to help, not being able to rejoice in other people's joy, and anything that is negative is considered non-virtuous. And the way to develop virtue is by, first of all, working on your intention. If the intention is good, then all outcome of that is going to be virtuous. If the intention is not good, then all outcome of that would be non-virtuous. So therefore, it's important to first work on one's intention, because in the Dharma, intention is very essential. Once you have that, then you will understand what is good for yourself is good for others, what is not good for yourself is not good for others. Therefore, then your intention of anything that's negative also changes into positive, because you understand and you're aware of what good intention means. And then there is those who have a view of not knowing what is good and not knowing what is bad. Without any act on the good part or the bad part, they are veiled by ignorance. And if that kind of a state also happens, then you have to wake up that virtuous side of you and try to encourage that virtuous side more and develop again virtuous intention, therefore virtuous actions. Because if one does not know what is good or what is bad, then it is again a waste of human precious life. Particularly for Vajrayana practitioners, if you have good intention, if you are doing something virtuous, you will be happy. You know, when you do something good to others, you are aware that you did something good, and therefore you are aware of your own happiness. And in that happiness, you must have trust. In that joy, when you feel of doing something good for others, you should have that trust and faith that I am good, that I am doing something good. And so that you can encourage yourselves to do more good things in life. So if you continue to do good intended virtuous actions, thoughts, then the fruition of that is infallible. You will have good circumstances in this very lifetime. You will be a happy person in this very lifetime. And then in the next lives, you will be reborn or born in the pure realms. So the action of yours, the outcome of that is infallible. So whatever action you create, good or bad, the result of that would be infallible. Therefore, it's important to have good intention, and the outcome of that intention, which will always be virtuous. And likewise, if the intention is wrong, then the outcome will be wrong. The action of the wrong intention will be wrong. Therefore, then you create non-virtuous actions. So just like that, if you create good intention and good action or good thought, then you create good circumstances. Likewise, if you have bad thought or you have negative emotions, then you think bad and then you act also on it, and the result is non-virtuous. So that's why it's very important to remember to understand that there is a way of balance life in the Buddhist path, which is doing virtuous actions and abandoning or at least doing less of the non-virtuous actions. So, and then the non-virtuous actions will ultimately then lead you to the lower realms like the hell realm and all those lower realms that we will talk about in our Buddhist texts. And as for you all who are all Vajrayana students, some of you for quite many years, for Vajrayana student, it is said that the Guru should be inseparable than the Buddha himself. So therefore, for Vajrayana students, it's particularly very important to have faith and trust in your Guru. Without that, the Vajrayana door is not open. So in today's time, although it's possible that you may not be able to view your Guru as inseparable than the real Buddhas, you should at least keep in mind that your Guru is your root Guru. Without the Guru's blessings, then in Vajrayana, there is no way. Of course, before you come to receive teachings, it's your choice, whether you want to receive or not. No one forces you to come into that door. You do it out of your own choice. But once you come into the fold of Vajrayana, then you must regard your Guru as your Guru and have faith and trust and devotion in that. And if you do that, then the outcome of that will also be positive, and you will have many positive circumstances in your life, and your life will also benefit not just during this time, but also for many lifetimes to come. And particularly receiving empowerments, for example, you can't receive empowerments just like that. There are many vows that you have to undertake, and there are many, but however, in most cases you say just respect the Guru, listen to the Guru. So there are very few samaya that you are asked to keep. And this is something that I did not create. It is there in the Vajrayana text. It is there for every Guru, Vajrayana Guru and student relationship. Once you receive Vajrayana teaching and particularly empowerment, then you have to have that. It's prerequisite to have faith, trust, and devotion. Before that, you always have a choice whether you want to come into it or not. And today, Rinpoche is very happy that that Ripa International can arrange this. He didn't say Zoom, but I would say the Zoom call, and he's very happy to be able to give some advice and some teaching to all the students gathered here. The reason why I said about the Vajrayana and keeping samayas, some simple samayas, is because in today's time, many students go here, there, everywhere to receive some great empowerment from this Lama or that Guru, and they run here and there to receive empowerments. But then as soon as they do, then some circumstances or situation arise, and then they speak ill of the Guru. So this is the reason why I wanted to make you remind you of what it means to be a Vajrayana student. So we have centers all over the world, and I know that all of you do the Guru Rinpoche Day and Dakini Day practice every month, but due to this lockdown, probably together and all those things have not happened. However, it will be good to individually continue. You have precious time right now, therefore try to do as much practice as you can. And when things get to normal, try to keep those 2 days at least at the centers and continue, because in this precious human life, the only good thing or the only best thing that we can carry forward is the Dharma, the profound Dharma. So all our centers all over the world at different times, they do all kinds of different practices like Hayagriva, Kesar, and many others. However, there is no one greater than Guru Rinpoche. All the gurus are subsumed in one, which is Guru Rinpoche. So even if you are not able to practice a great amount, then please, with faith and devotion and full conviction, do Guru Rinpoche mantra, because if you do it with full trust and conviction, then Guru Rinpoche is nowhere. If you think Guru Rinpoche is someplace else and is not watching us, that's only because we are veiled by our ignorances. Guru Rinpoche doesn't reside anywhere, but only in the faith of a student. Therefore, if you have faith and total conviction in Guru Rinpoche, then he is there in you. He is there wherever you are. So always remember that and try to practice as much as you can. Just do Guru Rinpoche mantra if you can't do anything else, and that has profound, immeasurable blessings. And eventually it will help you not just during this lifetime to handle any situation or samsaric situations that come in life. It will help you to also not have to go to the lower realms and ultimately attain the state of Guru himself.
So, Simula, I think his eminence has finished, or?
Like it, that's so thanks. Yes. So just like I spoke earlier, please have faith in Guru Rinpoche, practice the Guru Rinpoche, and I don't think this virus will really be that bad. In 2 months or so, he feels this will start to slow down. So therefore, please have faith and trust and continue to do Guru Rinpoche practices. So it's so this idea of Zoom has worked out very well. So he's very happy, and as things go back to normal and you all start to go back to work, then His Eminence will pray that your life is healthy, you're happy, and that you all get good jobs, and that nobody is sick with this virus. So he will pray and do aspiration for that. So Tashi Delek to everyone.
So I would like to say what can I say? Thank you so much to His Eminence for this teaching and for this advice. I'm sure that it's going to be such a relief for many of us to hear these words in this time. So thank you very much to His Eminence for his kindness in accepting to this challenge, this technological challenge with Zoom that has actually a good side. So being able to connect us all over the world.
Okay.
And I would like again to say a big thank you to Semo Palmo for having accepted to translate His Eminence.
I tried my best.
So well, I'm sure it was great. So again, Semo Palmo, Semola, thank you so much for this.
It's my honor. Thank you.
And also a big thank you to all the translators that have joined us today. So Geneviève for French, Maria for Spanish, Ralph for German, Tatiana for Russian, Ted for Chinese, and Terchen Namkha for Vietnamese. I hope it worked okay for everybody. I was kind of checking and it seemed that it was working, so hopefully it was good. And finally, also big thank you to Kun Sang, who was our technical support in Kathmandu. He's there with His Eminence and with Semo Palmo. Maybe Kun Sang, you can say, I don't know if you can say hello, but anyway, he's part of the family and bringing all the support, technical support he could from Kathmandu. So also very big thank you to him. And of course, thank you to everyone that participated. We had roughly 500 people in Zoom, plus 280, 290 in Facebook watching as well. So thank you everyone for having been here. And we hope, of course, to be able to meet again soon in person, because Zoom is good, but in person is better. So we hope to be able to welcome His Eminence soon at the Ripa International Center, and I'm sure all over in the different Ripa organizations. So yeah, and His Eminence is looking very good. We are very happy to see him. So, Dudiche, His Eminence.
So main person being Begonia, and then all the other translators, whoever put this together and made this work for all the students, to which we would like to thank you all.
Thank you. It was an honor and a pleasure. So thank you. I'm going to unmute everyone now. So everybody can unmute themselves and shout.
Thank you.
Ladrang.
Soso, Hayalo.
¿Por qué mi micrófono no anda, Víctor?
Sí que anda, sí que estamos oyendo.
Sí que anda.
Te estamos oyendo, Yuya.
Te estamos oyendo.
Australie, wow.
Saludos desde Uruguay.
Very beautiful. A good teaching. Namkha Rabjam
Entiendo
Rinpoche.
por qué me sacó el video a mí.
Tatiana.
Hola.
Hola.
Hasta luego.
Merci beaucoup.
Véronique.
Yuya. Hola, Carmen.
Hola.
Rinpoche 长久不逝。
Si, c'était très bien. Ah, Cynthia.
Cynthia, hola.
Hola, Cynthia.
¿Por qué no me
Ah, cool.
Familia vietnamita.
Hola, ¿puedes activarme el video? Actívame el video.
Hola, Davido. Y la jefa.
La jefa.
显示自己的视频，还有这个
Hay una forma de comunicarte por privado, pero yo no lo sé.
Todos juntos, qué suerte.
Giờ hết giờ vậy nè.
Gracias.
Nào mà
Terchen, papá.
Hola.
Hola, Rinchen.
Ça va?
Adiós.
Hello from jungle.
Adiós, Carmen. También. Désiré, hi.
Oh my God. Hola.
Adiós, Begoña.
Hola.
Actívame el video.
¿Quién dice hola? Que no veo.
Uruguay.
Hola, hola.
Begoña, ¿puedes activarme el video?
¿Quién eres?
Всем привет, всем привет.
¿Quién eres?
Привет, 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 привет.
Ay, Singapur. ¿Qué serio? ¿Qué serio?